Welcome to the course Python Programming. I am Dr. P. Govardhan, Professor of Computer Science and Engineering. At the end of this lecture, you will be able to learn break statement, continuous statement, else suit, some sample programs. First, we will discuss the break statement. The break statement can be used inside a for loop or a while loop to come out of the loop, and the statement following the loop will be executed. The break statement is used mainly to terminate the loop when a specified condition is reached. Observe the note, a break appears in the inner loop of a nested loop. Control only comes out of the inner loop. Now, say for example, if I is equal to 0, I is equal to 0. Now I am using the while loop. While of 1, that is infinite loop, print if I is equal to 6, if I is equal to 6, print I break. Then print 5. Now observe here. Now here, after the break, I is incremented by 1. Observe here, I is equal to while 1, I equal to 0. This condition not satisfied. Now I is incremented. I is equal to 1. If I is equal to 6, now print the value of I. Then control comes out of the loop. Then print high will be displayed on the screen. Now observe here, when I is equal to 6 is reached, control comes out of the loop, high will be displayed on the screen. Now in case of the for loop, for I in range, sum 2 with outer loop, for j in range sum 8, if I is equal to sum 5, I is equal to sum 5, break print j, not I, j is equal to 5, print j, after this print I. Now I is equal to 0, j ranges 0 to 8. Now print the value when j is equal to 5, break this value. Observe here this output. I is equal to 0, j values 0 to 4. When j is equal to 5, it will be break. Again 0 will be displayed, I value will be displayed on the screen. Next 0 to 4, when j is equal to 5, control comes out of the inner loop, the outer loop value 1 will be displayed on the screen. This is one example for inner loop. Here I am using the break statement. Now this is the example. The continue statement. During the execution of a loop, it may be necessary to skip a part of the loop based on some condition. That is, I don't want some values in some particular range or some particular condition is reached. In such a case, we use a continue statement. The continue statement is used only in the loops to terminate the current iteration. Say for example, for I in range 20. Now, if this in the range 7 to I lies between 7 to 14, I don't want to print the value of I in this range. Now, if the condition is reached, the loop will be continued. The loop will be continued. Otherwise, print the value I. Say for example, I is equal to 0. Now, the 0 is not in the range, print I. I is equal to 1. The 1 is not in the range, print 1. Similarly, I is equal to 7 is not in the range, print 7. I is equal to 8 in the range, continue the loop. I is equal to 9, it is a true, continue the loop. I is equal to up to I is equal to 13, continue the loop. I is equal to 14 is not in the range, print 14. Similarly, I is equal to 15, I is equal to 16, I is equal to 17, I is equal to 18, I is equal to 19 is not in the range. That values will be printed on the screen. This is the output. For I in range, some 20, if some 7 is less than I is less than some 14, continue, otherwise print I, comma, end is equal to some space. Now observe here, this is the output. Between 7 to 14 in this value, I don't want to print these values. I want to skip the particular range, that is between 7 and 14. Now I am using the continue statement. So I am using less than or equal to, I less than or equal to, that is in between 7 and 14. I don't want to print the values 7 to 14 including the endpoints. I am using the continue statement. Now observe here, between 7 and 14 I don't want to print the values. For this purpose I am using a continue statement. Similarly, whereas in the while loop also we can use a continue statement. Initially the I is equal to 0 while some I is less than some 10, I less than some 10, I is incremented by 1, print I if I is equal to some 5. The print statement I am using here, if I is equal to 1, print I. Now only 5 will be displayed on the screen. I is equal to 5. The continue the statement up to the condition is reached. Up to the condition is reached. Now I is equal to 5 will be displayed on the screen. Suppose I don't want to print here. I am print I. Observe the output. Only the I value will be skipped. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I is equal to 5, the loop will be continued. Then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 will be displayed on the screen. Suppose I am giving the range 2 is less than or equal to I is less than or equal to 5. I don't want to print the values between 2 and 5. Then I am using the continued loop. Now observe here. 1 will be displayed, from 2 to 5 is not displayed. I want to skip in the particular range, then only I am use a continue statement. Now in the while loop, whenever a continue statement is executed, the rest of the statement within the body of the loop are skipped and the continue condition in the loop is executed. Say this is the example. Now observe here, in this range 7 to 14 will be displayed on the screen. So observe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14. In between the value will not be displayed on the screen. The next, the else suit. Else statement along with the for loop or while loop is in the form. Observe here, this is the syntax for with else, for a variable in a particular sequence, statements, else some set of statements. In the case of while loop, while with else, while, this is the condition, while condition, set of statements, else statements. Now when these statements will be executed, the statements written after else are called else suit. This is called else suit. The else suit will be always executed irrespective of the statement in the loop are executed or not. Suppose if all the statements are executed, then else suit will be executed. The statements not executed, then else statement will be executed. Similarly, in the case of while also. Now observe one note, inside a loop execution, if the break statement is not executed, then only else part will be executed. If the break statement is executed, the else statement will never executed. That is, else means loop without break. If there is no break statement, then only else suit will be executed. Say, for example, this is the sequence, that is the list. For item in a list, I want to print item, else, congrats, all items processed successfully. Now this is the sequence. Sum L is equal to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. This is the list for I in list print L n is equal to some space else print else suit execute successfully, else suit execute. Now observe here, after print this, and execute in the program. Observe here, the statement within the loop will be executed, then else suit will be executed, that is else suit execute. Now this is the another program, this is the list. L is equal to 10, 20, 600, 30, 40, 50. For item in L, if item greater than or equal to 100, if the condition is satisfied, the control comes out of the loop. If the condition is not satisfied, print that item. Now when the break executed, else part will never executed. Else part will be never executed. Now observe here, this is the list L. For I in L, if I is greater than 300, if I is greater than 300, then only print I break. Now I am executing the program. Now here the break statement will never executed. I is equal to 10, false. I is equal to 20, false. I is equal to 300, false. I is equal to 40, false. I is equal to 50, false. Now the break statement, break statement never executed, then only else suit will be executed. Suppose here I am using a greater than or equal to. Now 300 greater than or equal to 300, this will be satisfied, then this never executed. Now observe here, now the break statement is break. Now observe here, when I is equal to 300, then only the break statement will be executed. If the break statement is executed, now else suit never executed. Next, prime number. This is the definition. A number which is divisible by 1 and itself is called a prime number. So for example, numbers such as 1, not 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, etc. are not divisible by any number other than 1 and themselves. So they are all prime numbers. How can we design a program or to check whether the given number is a prime number or not? Now this is the design, the first step. Now in mathematics, a number m cannot be divided by a number which is greater than m by 2. Say for example, 16. 16 is cannot divisible by 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 15. Now these numbers are all greater than 16 by 2. Now the numbers is less than 16 by 2, that numbers only is divisible by 16. The second point, a number can be divided by 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on m by 2. So, to check whether the given number is a prime number or not, it is sufficient to divide that number by the numbers 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on m by 2, one after the other. That is, first I am to check 2 is divisible by or not, the number 3 is divisible by or not, 4 is divisible by not, 5 is divisible by not, up to m by 2, one after the other. During this process, if the remainder is 0, the number is not a prime number. But even after dividing m by all numbers, that is 2 to m by 2, the remainder is still not 0, the number m is a prime. This is the procedure to check whether the given number is a prime number or not. Now, this is the code. Assuming flag is equal to 1, that is, assuming the given number is a prime number. I want to check the divisors up to 2 to half of the numbers. That is, for I in a range 2 comma m by 2 plus 1, if m is divisible by I, if it is flag 0, that is m is not a prime. Break, need not check the other numbers. Break the loop. This is the simple code for to check the given number is a prime number or not. Now I am going to write a program for this. Now this is the program to check whether the given number is a prime number or not. First I want to check the given number n is a prime number or not. Int of input enter n. Initially, I am assuming the given number is a prime number. For this flag, this is the one variable, is equal to 1. That is, I am assuming given number is a prime number. I want to check the divisors. For I in range, for I in range 2 comma n by 2 plus 1 n by 2 plus 1 if n is modulo division with I is equal to 0, break. Break, if it is equal to 0, the given number is not a prime number. That is, flag is equal to 0, break. Now I want to check if flag is equal to 1, the given number is a prime number. Print n is prime number. Prime number. Else print n is not prime number. Is not prime number. Now I am executing the program. Enter. 13 is prime number. Now I am executing the program again. 24 is not a prime number. Now again I am executing. N is equal to 2 is a prime number. Again I am executing. N is equal to 4 is not a prime number. Only even prime number is 2. This is one way of writing the program. Now the same program I am writing else suit. Now n is the given number. I don't want to write flag for I in range 2 to n plus 1, n modulo division with I is equal to 0, print n is not a prime number, is not prime number, break, I don't want this, else n is a prime number. Now this is the way of writing the program using for else suit. I am executing the program, enter, n is equal to 2, 2 is a prime number. I am executing the program, n is equal to 37, 37 is a prime number. Again I am executing the program, n is equal to 26, 26 is not a prime number. This is the another way of writing to check whether the given number is a prime number or not using for else suit. Now the next program, I want to print all prime numbers from 2 to n. I want to print all the prime numbers from 2 to n. Now the same program, first I am using for some j in range, for ij in range n plus 1, I want to check 2 to n, 2 to n, j is equal to 2. I want to check this 2 is a prime number or not. Instead of n, here indentation is very important. Instead of n, I want to put j. Now again indentation, here first j by I want to check j is a prime number or not. J by is equal to 0, print j is not a prime number, break, else I want to print all prime numbers. I want to print all prime numbers in the single line, comma, end is equal to some space, after this print space, after this print new line. Now I don't want to print this also. Now here else j, I am executing the program, enter some 20. I want to print all prime numbers from 2 to 20. 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number, 7 is a prime number, 11 is a prime number, 13, 17, 19, these are all prime numbers between 2 to 20. Again I am executing the program. I want to print all the prime numbers from 2 to 100. Observe here, these are all prime numbers between 2 to 100. This is one way of writing the program. This is one way writing the program to check all the and to print the prime numbers between 2 to n using for else suit. Now the same program I am using without else suit. First I am checking, assuming j is prime number, flag is equal to 1. For I in range, this, if j modular division with I is equal to 0, break, else print j flag is equal to 0. It's not a prime number. Now I don't want to use this. Now I am to check. If flag is equal to 1, print j and is equal to colon. After this, print new line. Now I am executing the program. Enter 20. These are the prime numbers between 2 to 20. Again I am executing the program. 100. These are the prime numbers between 2 to 100. This is another way of writing the program. Here I am using the without for else suit, in the previous with for else suit. Here without else suit, in the previous program with else suit. This program, Python program, to print all prime numbers between 2 to n. This is one way of writing the program. Here I am using for else suit. Now here without for else suit. Next, Python program to check whether a given number is a prime number or not. Now here I am using for else suit without for else suit. I am already executed the programs. Next, the pass statement. Now the pass statement does not do anything. It is used with if statement or inside a loop or inside a function or inside a some class to represent no operation. Now the pass is an empty statement. It is a null statement. It won't do anything. Now the pass is nothing but empty statement. Now suppose observe here, if 10 is equal to 20. I am not writing anything in the body. I am executing this, we get an error. We get an error, untitled syntax, unexpected EOF while parsing. We have to write something here. Suppose I am using pass. Now syntactically it is correct. There is no error. Syntactically it is correct. Suppose if 10 equal to 20, I want to print something. Print hello. Print hello. In the else part, else I want to write some statements later, then only I am using the pass. Now it is syntactically correct. So 10 is equal to 20. If 10 is equal to 10, hello will be displayed on the screen. Hello will be displayed on the screen. Whereas in the function, we will discuss. Whereas in the function, we will discuss what is the function later. Suppose m, I am not using any body, then we get an error. We get an error. Suppose instead of empty, I am using the pass. Pass is empty statement. That is empty statement. Now syntactically it is a correct. Syntactically it is a correct. Now this is the example. X equal to 10 if x greater than 0. 10 greater than 0. Here I am not writing anything. Now the output is the error. Now suppose the same program x equal to 10, if x greater than 0, pass, there is no error. Now in the case of function def m1, pass. Another example, for I in range 10, if I modular division with 2 equal to 0, I don't want to write anything, that is pass, otherwise I am print to L. This is the, I don't want to print even numbers. I don't want to print even numbers, I want to print odd numbers. Now using this code. Now this is the use case of the pass. Sometimes in the present class we have to declare a function with empty body and child class responsible to provide a proper implementation. Such type of empty body we can define by using pass keyword. Say for example, for I in range 100, if I modulo division with 9 is equal to 0, print I. Else, I don't want use this statement, I want to use else part, I want to use else part later, then I am using the pass statement. Now the next statement is the assert statement. The assert statement is useful to check if a particular condition is fulfilled or not. For that purpose, we are using assert statement. This is the syntax. Assert some condition, message. Message is optional, that is not compulsory. Say for example, x is equal to int, I want to enter the value x. I want to check the given number is greater than 0. If it is greater than 0, true, print you entered x. Now this is the output. Enter x is equal to 6, you entered 6. Now the next example, x is equal to, I am giving, enter the value x. I am checking x greater than 0 or not. Wrong input entered, that is message. I want to enter n, 4, sorry, x is equal to minus 4. Minus 4 is greater than 0 is a wrong, that is we get an error, that is wrong input entered is a message. Now I am executing this practically. Now x is equal to int of input enter x assert x greater than 0, print x. Now execute the program, enter x, 10 will be displayed on the screen. Now again I am executing this, enter some minus 12, enter minus 12, we get an error. Now observe here, x greater than 0. Now assertion error. I want to display what is the message. X greater than 0, you entered wrong. You entered wrong. What about the message? Now I am executing this. Now here comma, I am executing this. Enter some minus 12. This statement assert x greater than 0. You entered wrong. Now The error is assertion error. This is the message you entered wrong. For this purpose, we are using assert statement. I am going to stop here. Thank you.